Hey you guys, what's up? It's RocketHouse54 here, and welcome to my Blu-ray collection video for the year of 2022. Now, I will say this is going to be my last Blu-ray collection video for a while, because I've been doing it every single year for like the last 3 years in a row, I think. And while I do get a significant amount of new titles every year, I don't think I get like that many to consistently do it year after year, at least for the next little bit. And also, these videos take a lot out of me when I film them because they're usually very long. But this isn't just going to be a video of just my Blu-ray collection. I'm going to be showing you guys my DVD collection as well, because I still have quite a bit of movies on DVD that I haven't upgraded to Blu-ray, or they haven't released a Blu-ray for them yet. And I kept on meaning to show my DVD collection at some point, and I never ended up getting around to it. But I figured, hey, this is going to be my last Blu-ray collection video for a while. I might as well show the DVDs too. So this is going to be a long video. I'm just going to get right started with it. I'm going to show you some of the movie-related stuff around this room, and then I'm going to show you guys my collection. Alright, so starting here, I have two collectible cups from when I saw It Chapter 2. I saw that in theaters twice. Amazing movie. I don't know why it got just okay reviews. I thought it was amazing. There's one there. I think I got this one. Actually, yeah, I think I got both cups from the first time I saw it in theaters, but there's that one, and then one of Pennywise with I Love Dairy on the top. I love these cups. I think they look really cool, especially with like the white and black next to each other. And then I got like this Get Out canvas right here. And if you would have noticed in the first shot of the video, my Boss Baby poster isn't here anymore. I actually don't remember if it was in my last Blu-ray collection video. I still think it was. But now I actually don't think I've shown this part of the room yet, if I'm not mistaken. I really hope I haven't shown this yet. But as you can see, I have this huge fucking poster of Glass. The title is like right behind the TV there, because this thing is absolutely huge. I had this in the corner right there for months and months because it was so big I didn't have any room for it. But then one day I came home and my mom had actually taken down the Boss Baby poster and put this up for me, which was awesome of her. I love seeing that. It looks really, really nice. Because when Nathan went to see The Art of Self-Defense, the theater was actually giving away a bunch of posters, and he got this one for me. But yeah, so there's that. And then I also have a Captain Underpants cape. And then up here, there's like some movies up here that I'll show, like the Harold and Kumar stash box. I didn't put this on the shelf for obvious reasons, because, the box is big. And when you open it up, it actually does have like an actual like Blu-ray case in it. Like, see, there's the case for it right there, but I like keeping everything inside the box. Yeah, and it also comes with like bumper stickers. I think is there only two in here? I thought maybe there might have been more. I just gotta put the phone down. Yeah, bumper stickers right there. And then it also comes with a keychain. It's like of a foam cheeseburger. I'm not going to take it out because this is hard filming with one hand. And a pack of Post-it notes. Honestly, these are kind of weak extras for a Harold and Kumar box set, because the thing is, I almost paid $40 to $50 for this on Amazon, and then of all places, I ended up finding it at Superstore for $10. So I'm so glad I didn't end up spending like $50 on that, because I would have been very, very upset if I had. And then there is the Tarantino box set, which has everything from Reservoir Dogs up to Django Unchained in here. One of the best deals I've ever found Blu-ray hunting. This whole thing was only like $30 from Walmart. And then I also have the Blu-ray is actually on the shelf, but the packaging to me is just too cool to throw away, and it comes with a Christmas tree ornament of a bell, this thing of It's a Wonderful Life. And then also up here is this high school flashback collection locker tin of The Breakfast Club, Weird Science, and 16 Candles. It just has the DVDs in here, but I thought the tin looked way too cool to pass up, so I bought it. And then I got like this cool popcorn retro movie sign, and behind these things here, some 3D glasses. And then also posters for It right there, and Mother right over there. And I have some stuff on the shelves too, and I've actually started like putting these curtains over these. I don't know if I talked about this in the last one, but I put these like curtains over all my shelves so that the titles don't get sun-drenched, because I really hate looking at that. That's actually a Machine Gun Kelly CD in a signed print. Forgot I put it there. I got Funko Pop keychains of Ralphie from A Christmas Story, Jack Torrance from The Shining, and Deadpool Bob Ross, and a Forrest Gump pin right there. This is actually a disc repair thing. It only works on DVDs, older video games, and CDs, but it's still good to have, especially if you find some used DVDs that might not be in the best shape. And then I have the Fast Times at Ridgemont High like VHS case Blu-ray. I took this off the shelf because it look at that. I don't think you'd want that on the shelf with your regular Blu-rays when it would interfere with everything else. And I also got the Criterion, so I just took it off the shelf, but I'm not getting rid of that because it looks too cool. And then the Elf tin, which has the Blu-rays on the shelf, but the extras are in here. And then the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 4K Collector's Edition, really great set. And then this like Warner Brothers like film reel case. This was something that my parents or like my dad got in the 80s, or no, actually it says 1995 on it. I don't know what this was from, but it had a t-shirt in here, and I thought that the film can looked really cool, so my dad gave that to me. And then the Jurassic Park lunchbox, and I think there's more stuff on this shelf. The Friday the 13th 8-movie collection that Paramount put out a few years ago. I took this off the shelf because down here I have the Scream Factory box set. The only reason why I didn't put this one downstairs with like extra copies is because the Scream Factory of Part 3, the 3D version of it, you need a 3D TV for, which I don't actually have, but the 3D version of Part 3 in this version, you only need the red and blue 3D glasses for. And I'm telling you guys, the 3D version of Part 3 is the best 3D I've ever seen. Like, it's literally to die for. And then I also got some die-cast metal cars that came with the Transformers The Last Night Walmart exclusive. And then like Ninja Turtle masks from the 2014 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This Goosebumps slappy bobblehead that my mom actually broke while she was cleaning, and we still haven't been able to find a new one. And then this Gizmo plush that I really love. And then these are just like old films that I did when I was in high school. I forgot that this was here. A Kellogg's cereal DVD of Spy Kids and a Wendy's Goosebumps DVD game. Really glad to own that. That was actually the first Goosebumps thing I ever owned before I even knew what it was. These are actually kind of cool. The old movie rental store that was like 20 minutes away from my house, they closed, unfortunately, because I think the pandemic hit them hard, but they would actually have these out, like talking about like the like what was to come in like the in the coming weeks, like talking about what was coming out soon. It was really cool to like see these in like a movie rental store. You know, it made me feel a bit younger, like when video rental stores were a huge thing. It was really cool. And then here I have the Scooby-Doo Where Are You? The complete series on Blu-ray. Wonderful packaging. Like, I really love the way this thing looks, and it's cool to have the whole series. But do not waste your money on this set, because literally the only extras in here is like the Funko Pop keychain at the front, and then like it says a Scooby-Doo encyclopedia. It's literally just a smaller version of a bigger book that you can purchase. Like, it's so not worth the money, especially because this wasn't cheap. I mean, if you just want the series, just buy it on DVD. Don't bother with this. I love the packaging, but I'm kind of pissed that I actually spent as much as I did on that set. And then over here, I also got some VHS tapes up here of Shrek, The Italian Job, Bring It On, and Wild Things. I still actually haven't seen The Italian Job. But yeah, I got those. All right, wow, we are already 10 minutes in, and I haven't even started the actual movies yet. But What I'm going to do first is show the stuff that I haven't gotten to put on the shelf yet because I haven't actually watched it. Now, when I said I was going to be showing you guys the DVDs, this includes TV shows as well. So most of the stuff I haven't put on the shelf yet is actually TV, but let's get started with that right now. All right, so the stuff I haven't gotten to watch yet: Where the Wild Things Are, Sweeney Todd, Chronicle, Never Been Kissed, Into the Wild, As Above, So Below, the live-action Jungle Book, and Terry. And then this I do have, and I'm going to put this on the shelf. I just want to watch some of the interviews. I have the 4K Scream Factory of Krampus. Take notes, Universal. This is how you do a proper 4K transfer. You had to get Scream Factory to do your dirty work for you. And then this is where most of the other stuff is. These are actually all Blu-rays for Nathan, so I'm not going to be counting those. But, yeah, so next for the TV, 16, Idle Time at the Mall. Loved that show as a kid. Cartoon Network, this Cartoon Network Fridays DVD. The Ali G Show Season 2. Erky Perky Tongue Tied. Does anyone else ever remember this show? Because I do. And I haven't watched this DVD yet. I'm excited to revisit it because I haven't seen it since it ended. Jackass, the complete series. I really need to finish this. The episodes are kind of formatted in a stupid way, though, on the DVD. Punk'd Season 1 and Season 2. I'm really enjoying this show from what I've seen from it. And then Robot Chicken Seasons 1, 2, and 3. Three's Company Season 1. I really hope I can get the rest of these, but I know they are, like, very rare or out of print. Titan Maximum Season 1. I doubt anyone knows what this show is. And then the Venture Brothers Season 4, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Alright, so now I'm going to be showing you the TV shows. 16, One Quiet Day. Adventure Time, Finn the Human, with the backpack inside. Jake the Dad, with the Jake hat. Jake vs. Meow, with the Finn hat. Fiona and Cake. It Came from the Nightosphere. My Two Favorite People. And then Season 1 and Season 2. The Annoying Orange TV Show, Volume 1 and 2. I don't know why that was hard to get in for a sec. There's that. The Cleveland Show, Seasons 1 and 2. And then Cops, Bad Girls. I literally only got this because my friend's parents were giving DVDs away. And I don't know, it seemed kind of interesting. The Ali G Show, Season 1. Different Strokes, Seasons 1 and 2. I really need to finish the rest of that. And then Family Guy, volume... Actually, I don't think I'll pull every TV show out, but there's Family Guy Volumes 1 through 9, as well as the episode that was banned from TV, and the Star Wars trilogy. And then Fresh Prince, Seasons 1, 2, 3... Actually, I have the whole series. There's actually something I did forget to show over here. I have more movies and TV that I have over here for one reason or another. I guess I'll show those now. This 3-pack of El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Me and Nathan are going to watch all of these together. So yeah, that's the reason why these haven't been watched. And then the next few I haven't watched because I'm waiting to get to them in Chris Stuckman's book. I think these are the same as last year, honestly. The Departed, 500 Days of Summer, and Inception. And then more TV. Metalocalypse Season 3. Clerks, the animated series. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Season 6 is right here. That's a Criterion DVD of Chasing Amy. The Boondocks, the complete series, and Season 1 of 24, which I bought during the first year of the pandemic and still have not watched it. I feel very ashamed. Anyway, continuing on. So as I said, full series of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Goosebumps, Attack of the Jack-O-Lanterns, and then 3-pack of Goosebumps, Attack of the Mutant, The Blob That Ate Everyone, and Go Eat Worms, a 2-pack of Cry of the Cat and Say Cheese and Die, Ghost Beach, Monster Blood, One Day at Horrorland, Return of the Mummy, Scary House, Welcome to Dead House, and The Werewolf Fever Swamp, The Haunting Hour, the series, Volume 3, King of the Hill, the first 6 seasons. I want to get the rest of them, but they're so expensive past Season 6 for some reason. And then Mad, Season 1, Part 1, and Season 1, Part 2. And then a bunch of Phineas and Ferb DVDs, The Days of Summer, The Fast and the Phineas, Mission Marvel, which I still have not watched, The Perry Files, The Perry Files Animal Agents, and A Very Perry Christmas. Basically the whole series of A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, except for like one episode that I don't own physically, but basically the whole series. Bunch of regular show. And then Simpsons Season 6 through 13, as well as a Christmas DVD and a Treehouse of Horror DVD. And then Seasons 1 and then 6 through 10 of South Park. I really need to continue on that. And then Trailer Park Boys Seasons 1 through 9 and the Christmas special. All right, next up are my Criterions. We're getting into the movies now. This one was kind of hard to pull out. Salo or the 120 Days of Sodom. Branded to Kill. The Night Porter. Rushmore. Do the Right Thing. George Washington. The Royal Tenenbaums. Down by Law. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Slacker. Videodrome. Hoop Dreams. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Dazed and Confused. Stranger Than Paradise. Two-Lane Blacktop. Vampire. Bottle Rocket. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Crumb. Hausu, I think that's how you pronounce that one. The Darjeeling Limited, one of Wes Anderson's best. Antichrist. White Material. Blowout. Belle de Jour. The Game, great movie. Pasolini's The Trilogy of Life with the Decameron, The Canterbury Tales, and Arabian Nights. Following. Repo Man. Blue is the Warmest Color. Breaking the Waves. Scanners, I'll just keep that one out, I won't bother putting it in. Y Tu Mama Tambien. Eraserhead. Watership Down. Moonrise Kingdom. The Brood. Mulholland Drive. Inside Llewyn Davis. The Graduate, amazing movie. Phoenix. Fantastic Planet. Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Punch Drunk Love. The Before Trilogy. Multiple Maniacs. Ghost World. Stalker. Barry Lyndon. Election. The Breakfast Club. The Virgin Suicides. Bowling for Columbine. Female Trouble. John Waters is the GOAT. Cannot wait for that Pink Flamingos Criterion coming in June. Sex, Lies, and Videotape. The Tree of Life. A Face in the Crowd. Police Story and Police Story 2. Funny Games. Blue Velvet. Polyester. The Day Trippers, basically a better version of On the Rocks. Bamboozled, in my opinion, Spike Lee's best film that I've seen so far. The Grand Budapest Hotel. Moonstruck. The Irishman. The Ascent. Man Push Cart. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Uncut Gems. And Menace to Society. The last two are 4Ks. All right, now we have the Scream Factories next. Antibirth. Army of Darkness. Black Christmas. The Burning. Candyman. Class of 1984. The best film Scream Factory has released, and the best ending to any film I have ever seen. I love Class of 1984. Crucible of Horror. Dog Soldiers. Eight-Legged Freaks. Escape from New York. Steelbook. The Fog. The Funhouse. Ghost Ship. The Green Inferno. House of Wax. Idle Hands. Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers 2. Those are out of print now. Same with this, the Life Force Steelbook, Misery, The People Under the Stairs, rest in peace, Wes Craven, Pet Sematary 2, The Poughkeepsie Tapes, scary-ass fucking movie. I highly recommend this. This movie will scare the shit out of you. Psycho 2, Psycho 3, Serial Mom, Sleepaway Camp, Sleepwalkers. Really hope I can get Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 at some point, even though they're out of print. 13 Ghosts, Trick or Treat, and Troll and Troll 2. Now out of print. Very glad I was able to get it. And then next up is the Arrow videos. I don't have a lot, but I figured I had enough to start making a section out of them. Alice, Sweet Alice, An American Werewolf in London, The Hills Have Eyes. I bought this just before the 4K got released, which pissed me off. The Last House on the Left, Reanimator, RoboCop Steelbook, and Southland Tales. Now we're getting into just the regular Blu-rays. 3 from Hell, 8 Mile, 9 and Coraline, 10 Cloverfield Lane, Best Buy Steelbook, 10 Things I Hate About You, 21 Jump Street, and 22 Jump Street, 2 of my favorite comedies of all time. I watched the first one like 15 times in 7th grade. 28 Days Later, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, very fun movie. 47 Meters Down, very overhated, I think. 50-50, great movie. 51st Dates, one of Adam Sandler's best. I've been to a filming location for that. 127 Hours. 1917. 4K Steelbook of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Action Point. Adaptation, the Shout Select Blu-ray. I only have 2 of these, so I didn't make a section out of them. The Addams Family and Addams Family Values. I actually think Addams Family Values is better. After Dark. Agoraphobia. The Age of Adeline. And Airplane 1 and 2. Alien 6 film collection. I ended up getting this and then putting my extra 2 copies downstairs. Well, actually, I gave Aliens to Nathan, but All Eyes on Me, Almost Famous, the bootleg cut, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Amadeus Director's Cut, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 Digibook, American Mary, then all 4 of the original American Pies and American Pie: The Book of Love. I might have owned the other spin-offs on Blu-ray if they weren't so goddamn expensive. Like, seriously, those things are, like, really dumb expensive. But, you know, honestly, the spin-offs are not nearly as bad as everybody says they are. I actually really enjoy them. American Psycho, American Ultra, Anchorman 1 and 2, Anna and the Apocalypse, really good zombie movie, Annabelle, Annihilation, Anomalisa, I need to rewatch that, Another Wolf Cop, haven't even seen the first one, Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp, I actually like the second one more, Apollo 13, Apocalypse Now, the really cool 4K set, one of the best looking 4Ks, I think. Apocalypto, one of the most out-of-print Blu-rays in existence. I found it for $25 at a used Blu-ray store, and yeah, this Blu-ray literally looks better than any 4K Universal has put out, and this Blu-ray was one of the first Blu-rays that was released. Like, see right there, it says 2007 release, and the movie's absolutely fantastic. If you guys haven't seen Apocalypto, you need to check it out. Funny enough, it's like the Green Inferno without the cannibalism, is the best way I can describe Apocalypto. Aquaman, can't wait for Aquaman 2, hopefully it'll be very good. Ashburn Waters, The Ascent, Atomic Blonde, and The Avengers. Avengers Endgame. Actually, I'll take that one out to make it easier to pull out. Baby Driver, Back to the Future Trilogy, Bad Boys Trilogy, Bad Dreams. It's actually a collection of short films, and for some reason the title's not on the spine. Bad News Bears, the original. Fantastic movie. And the remake's really good, actually. Bad Times at the El Royale. The Banana Splits movie. Barbed Wire. The Barn. Batman. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Baywatch. The Beach Bum. Beautiful Mind. Beauty and the Beast. Becky. Best Friends Volume 1 and 2. The Best Picture Collection with The Hurt Locker, Crash, and No Country for Old Men. Betsy. Beverly Hills Cop, and then I have the Beverly Hills Cop trilogy right here. I think this is the only way you can get 2 and 3 on Blu-ray. The Big Lebowski. The Big Short. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, the Shout Factory Steelbooks, and then Bill and Ted Face the Music. Billy Madison. Black Klansman. Black Swan. Blade Runner 2049. Blazing Saddles. Blended. The Bling Ring. Blockers. Blood Feast, the remake. Bloodline, this movie from 2013, and then the really good Bloodline from 2018. These two movies are not in any way related, by the way, but they have the same title. Blue Valentine, fantastic movie. Bohemian Rhapsody. Booksmart, I think I gotta move the curtain over now. Oh yeah, I definitely have to move it over. I thought I was near the end of the shelf. The Boss. The Boss Baby. The Box. Boyhood, Richard Linklater's best film in my opinion. Boys in the Hood. Bram Stoker's Dracula, Digibook. The Breakfast Club, I got a standard Blu-ray, and then the 35th Anniversary Edition Steelbook. Bridesmaids. Brightburn. Bring It On. Brokeback Mountain. The Brothers Grimsby. Bruno. The Burbs. Cabin Fever, one of my favorite horror movies, honestly. A Cadaver Christmas. I can pull out the back of this one. Cannibal Holocaust. I can't show the front of that. I don't want YouTube to shit on me. And Can't Hardly Wait. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Captain Underpants. Carrie, the original, one of my favorite horror movies. Case 39, very underrated. Casper. Catfish, very interesting movie. Definitely check that out. The Cat in the Hat, pure cinema right there. Better than anything that's released these days. Cat's Eye, and I mean that unironically. The Cat in the Hat's fucking amazing. Central Intelligence. The Change Up. Chasing Amy. Please release a Blu-ray Criterion for that. Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke, one of the best high movies ever. Child of Satan. Child's Play, the original and remake. Chips. Christine. A Christmas Story. The Chronicles of Riddick. Steelbook. Chucky: The Complete Collection. Clerks and Clerks 2, two of my favorite films of all time. Climax. Love that I own this Blu-ray. Cloverfield. Come True, a really good and really interesting movie for the first 2/3, and then the last third just turns to absolute shit. It's kind of amazing, actually. Confessions of a Shopaholic, I absolutely love that film, and no, I will not apologize for it, nor should I have to. The Conjuring 1 and 2. Cop Out. Coyote Ugly. I refuse to watch the director's cut of that. I'm just kidding, I probably will at some point. Crank 1 and 2, my favorite action films of all time. Crazy to Crazy, Crazy Rich Asians, and Creepshow. The Critters Scream Factory box set. I didn't put box sets in with Scream Factories because these things are a pain in the ass to get on the shelf at all. And once again, I'll take that out just to make it easier to pull. Critters Attack, Cruel Intentions, Crybaby, Cyrus, Daddy's Home and Daddy's Home 2. Very good, actually. Very underrated. The Dark and the Wicked. The Dark Knight. Hold on, I'm just going to choose a different Blu-ray to pull out because that is very annoying doing it the way I'm doing. Okay, Dead Ant. I don't think I talked about that one already. Dead Dicks. Deadpool. Deadpool 2. Can't wait for the third. The Dead Room. Terrible. Deathcember. Despicable Me. Devil. The Devil Inside. Not as bad as everyone says it is. It's not amazing, but certainly not as bad as everyone says it is. The Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. The Dictator. Die Hard. The Disaster Artist. District 9. Disturbia. Doctor Sleep. Director's cut actually hurts the movie, in my opinion. Doctor Strange. The Domestics. Very overlooked. Actually not a bad movie. Donnie Darko. I kind of finally know what that movie's about. Don't Breathe. Don't Breathe 2 was really good, actually. I don't know why there was kind of a lukewarm response to it. Don't Fuck in the Woods. One of the worst movies I've ever fucking seen. Dario Argento's Dracula 3D. Not very good. Dragon Ball Evolution. Yeah, you know, this is like a three vein of like movies that aren't very good until we get to Drillbit Taylor, which I think is one of the best and most underrated and overhated comedies of the 2000s. Drive. Dude, Where's My Car? You'll never be able to look at Little Things by Good Charlotte the same way ever again after you see that movie. Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber 2. The Edge of 17. Ed TV, kind of a Truman Show ripoff, but still a good movie. 8th Grade. Elf. Enemy. Push the curtain over. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Eurotrip, a fucking masterpiece of comedy. And Scotty Doesn't Know should have won Best Original Song at the Oscars that year. It wasn't even nominated, but it should have won. This movie is literally one of the most perfect movies I've ever fucking seen. I love this movie so much. The Exorcist. Eyes Wide Shut. Fargo. The Fast and the Furious. Too Fast, Too Furious. Fast and Furious 4. Fast and Furious 6. Furious 7. The Fate of the Furious. Hobbs and Shaw. And F9, which F9 is actually one of my favorites of the franchise. Didn't like 3 all that much, and 5 I thought was pretty overrated. Fear, basically a Lifetime movie on steroids. And Ferris Bueller's Day Off. 50 Shades of Grey and 50 Shades Darker. Fight Club. All 5 Final Destination films. I love this franchise so much. Fired Up, one of my favorite comedies, and one of my favorite summer camp movies. It doesn't take place during the summer, but it takes place at a camp. It's like a spring camp, so it kind of counts. The First Purge. Fist Fight. Flatliners, the remake. I hate myself that I don't own the original yet. The Florida Project. Apparently this is getting a Criterion. It hasn't really been like outright said by Criterion yet, but my friend actually went to the Vancouver International Film Festival premiere for Red Rocket, and Sean Baker apparently said that this Tangerine and Hollywood Starlet, or whatever that one's called, is going to be released by Criterion in like a box set, so that's going to be amazing. David Cronenberg's The Fly, one of the best horror films ever made. The Forever Purge. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I actually stayed at the hotel they shot that at. Forrest Gump. Freak. Freaky, great movie. Can't wait to see what Christopher Landon does next. Friday. Fritz the Cat. Fubar. Full Metal Jacket. The Gallows. Game Night. Get Him to the Greek. Get Out. Ghostbusters the Original. Ghostbusters the Reboot. Ghost Rider. Major guilty pleasure there. Not a guilty pleasure and just a terrible movie. Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. Ghosts of Goldfield. Gia. The Girl Next Door, great film. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the David Fincher one, also a great film. Glass, also a great film. This is just the good movies section, apparently. Gone Girl. Good Boys, I love this movie to death. And Goodfellas. Goon. Goon Last of the Enforcers, The Goonies, Gremlins, and Gremlins 2, Goosebumps, I really need to get Goosebumps 2, Grease, The Greatest Showman, Green Book, The Green Inferno, Grown Ups, Grown Ups 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Guns Akimbo, Gwen, Hacksaw Ridge, Hairspray, the original, really good movie, Halloween, the complete collection, the Scream Factory box set, which is now out of print, David Gordon Green's Halloween, Halloween Kills, can't wait for Halloween Ends, The Hangover, Hangover Part 2, Hangover Part 3, Hansel and Gretel, the one from 2013, but there was like 5 of them that were made in 2013, but this is the one from the same director as Sharknado, The Happening, Happy Death Day, Happy Death Day to You, Hardcore Henry, The Hateful Eight, The Haunted Anthology 5-pack, which has Insidious, The Blair Witch Project, The Last Exorcism, The Others, and 1408, The Heat, Hellboy, Hereditary, Hitch, The Hitman's Bodyguard, Hocus Pocus, The Holiday, Home Alone, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, Horns, really, really great movie. Honestly, this movie is like 5 out of 5. I absolutely loved this thing. It's so apeshit and so good. Definitely check out Horns. Horrible Bosses, Horrible Bosses 2, Hostel 1 and 2, Hot Fuzz, Hot Rod, Hot Tub Time Machine, The House Bunny, The House with a Clock on Its Walls, Ang Lee's Hulk, The Hunt, Ichi the Killer, I'm Still Here, really good movie, really interesting, check this one out. Indiana Jones, The Complete Adventures, Ingrid Goes West, Inherent Vice, oh, there's a rip in that slipcover, I didn't even notice that, that sucks. These are getting harder to pull out now. Insidious, Insidious Chapter 2, and Insidious Chapter 3, I know I need to own the last one. The Interview, Iron Man 2, the original It, and the new It. It Chapter 2, It Comes at Night, It Follows, It's a Wonderful Life, I, Tonya, Jack and Jill, Jackass 3, Bad Grandpa, Jackass Forever, Jack Frost, The Only Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray I own, Jaws, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, Jennifer's Body, which is now streaming on Criterion channel, actually, Jigsaw, Jingle All the Way and Deck the Halls, Joe Dirt, Joker, Joyride, Juice, all 3 Jumanji films. I'm pretty sure I heard that they're making another one, and I'm really, really happy about that, because, you know, seeing 2 and 3 in the theater was one of the most fun theater experiences I've had, because they're just, like, super fun movies. Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Just Go With It, The Karate Kid, the original, Keanu, Kick-Ass, Kick-Ass 2, Killer Joe, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Killer Movie, very, very, very fun movie. The King of Staten Island, Kingsman: The Secret Service, Knock Knock, Kong Skull Island, and Krisha. Kung Fu Panda, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Last Exorcism Part 2. Part 1 was in that set I showed earlier. The Last Laugh, The Last Samurai, really great movie. The Last Thanksgiving, one of the best horror pack exclusives they've sent me. This was a fun slasher. Legally Blonde, the Lego Batman movie, Let's Be Cops, Let Me In, Life Itself, Life of Pi, Lights Out, Little Monsters, childhood right there. Also childhood, The Little Rascals, Little Women, Locke, Logan, Lords of Chaos, The Losers, The Lost, The Lost Boys, The Love Guru. Not that bad of a movie, honestly. I think people overhate on this way too much. Machete, Mad Max Fury Road, Magic Mike, Magic Mike XXL. Cannot wait for Magic Mike 3. I am so damn excited for that. Mallrats, Mama, Mamma Mia, Man of Steel, Marmaduke, Mary, The Mask, The Matrix, Matthias and Maxime, Mayhem, Mean Girls, Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, which in my opinion is actually better than Meet the Parents. And I don't know if I said this in my past Blu-ray collection videos, but this specific Blu-ray of Mean Girls is out of print. The one in the pink case that they released for their for the movie's 15th anniversary, that one isn't out of print. You can get that one pretty easily, but this version is like really out of print for some reason. Meet the Spartans, Mega Shark vs. Mecha Shark, Me, Myself, and Irene, really fun movie, with a great Smash Mouth cover in that. Mid-90s, Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life, Midsommar, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, Milk, A Million Ways to Die in the West, Mirrors, a very underrated horror movie, Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible Fallout, The Mist, Moana, Mommy, my favorite foreign language film, The Money Pit, Moonlight, Morbid Colors, Mother, Movie 43, and Muck, one of my favorite guilty pleasures. The Muppets, My Cousin Vinny, Nacho Libre, Napoleon Dynamite, National Lampoon's Vacation, Nebraska, Neighbors, Neighbors 2, The Night Before, A Night in the Woods, Nightmare on Elm Street Collection, Night of the Living Dead, Noah, Notorious, Nymphomaniac Volume 1 and 2, Extended Director's Cut, which makes everything equate to like 5.5 hours or something like that, Observe and Report, Office Space, Old, Only God Forgives, Onward, Orphan, very good horror movie, The Other Guys, The Other Woman, The Outsiders, Paddington, Paddington 2, Pain and Gain, Every Paranormal Activity movie except for Paranormal Activity 4, which is the only one I actually don't like, and Paranorman. And as of filming this video, my horror pack had also come in, so I also have Full Moon High, The Final Wish, Pay the Ghost, and Deathcast. Patient Zero, Paul, The Peanuts Movie, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Perfect Blue, Peter Rabbit, Pet Sematary the original, and Pet Sematary the remake. Quite overhated. I actually quite enjoyed the remake. Philadelphia, Pineapple Express, Piranha 3D, one of the best films ever made, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, Pitch Perfect 1, 2, and 3, great comedy trilogy, Pixels, The Plague Dogs, which I actually think is better than Watership Down, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, I need to see that again, Platoon, Poltergeist the original, my favorite horror film of all time, Poltergeist the reboot, The Poltergeist Diaries, Pool Party Massacre, Popstar Never Stop, Never Stopping. I have the original Blu-ray and then the Shout Factory Steelbook. Just so you guys know, the disc in the Shout Factory Steelbook is literally the exact same as the standard Blu-ray from Universal, just in case you were wondering, should you double dip? Maybe, depending on how big of a fan you are. Porky's. Seriously, I think one of my favorite comedies. I watched this last year, I think, for the first time, and I laughed my ass off during this movie. If you guys have not seen Porky's, you need to check it out. From the same director as A Christmas Story and Black Christmas as well. Possessor. Power Rangers, probably might be the most underrated film from 2017. Prevenge, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, Project X, a very, very underrated film. I don't know why people don't like that one. Psycho Gorman, Pulp Fiction, Puppet Master: The Littlest Reich has literally some of the most graphic scenes I have seen in any film. The kills in that are kind of insane. The Purge, The Purge Anarchy, The Purge Election Year. It's getting a little harder to pull these out because I have to stand up against the wall. A Quiet Place, A Quiet Place Part 2. You know, I had the worst theater experience of my life with the first Quiet Place, and then when I saw the second one in theaters, there was literally only one other person in the theater, and it was good. Ready or Not, Ready Player One, the Rec Collection, the Scream Factory box set. I actually think Rec 4 is a lot better than most people give it credit for. Red Sparrow, Red State. Oh, this is getting super annoying, having to pull these out, standing up against the wall. Reign Over Me, one of Adam Sandler's very best performances. You will not recognize him in that movie. Requiem for a Dream. Resident Evil Apocalypse. I'll just pull these out now. Resident Evil Degeneration. Resident Evil Vendetta. Revenge of the Nerds. Rites of Passage, Rocketman, Rock of Ages, Rogue One, Role Models, very funny comedy, and Salem's Lot, the 1979 one. The Sandlot, Satanic Panic, but it says the real title underneath this because for some reason Walmart didn't want to put the first word under there. Sausage Party, Saving Private Ryan, Saw the Complete Collection, A Scanner Darkly. Can't wait to see Apollo 10.5. I know it's already out, I just haven't gotten around to it yet. This 3-pack of Scar, Terror Trap, and Midnight Movie. Scare Package, really, really good movie. I really, really had a lot of fun with this, honestly. And then There it is. Scary Movie 1, 3, and 5. I absolutely love this series. I know, like, throughout this entire thing of me doing the Blu-ray collection videos every year, I still do not have Scary Movie 2 and 4. I know. I do also know that Scary Movie 4 is actually kind of rare on Blu-ray, I think. But I still haven't gotten around to getting Scary Movie 2. I'll try and get them as soon as possible. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, School of Rock, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins. Fucking huge nostalgia for this movie. I remember seeing this the day it premiered on Teletoon. I don't give a shit what anyone says. I still love this movie. Fuck it. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, all 5 Scream movies. I cannot wait for Scream 6. This franchise means so much to me. I absolutely love this series and just how, like, you literally cannot get more 90s than the Scream movies. You really can't. Like, mainly with the first 2, but, like, even, like, 3 and 4, and a little bit of 5 even has a bit of, like, a 90s feel in it. And by the way, I highly recommend if you're a Scream fan that you get this set, because this has the first 3 movies in here, but it also has Still Screaming and Scream the Inside Story, which are 2 documentaries about the making of the franchise, and they're very good documentaries. You will learn so much about the series that you hadn't before. Lots of great stories. And even those documentaries have kind of a 90s feel to them too, which is great. And then Scream 4, fucking amazing sequel. Like, this is my second favorite of the franchise, no question. Like, this movie was just, like, amazing. You know, after Scream 3 was kind of disappointing, and I know it's most basically because Kevin Williamson couldn't write that one because he was so busy with Dawson's Creek. But he came back to write this one, and it was really fucking good. And Rory Culkin's character in this movie is one of 2 characters that I think are the most like me if I was put to a movie character on screen. The other being Seth Green's character in Can't Hardly Wait. And then as for the new Scream, it's pretty good. You know, I think it's better than 3, but I don't think it's better than 1, 2, or 4. You know, I thought it was pretty good. I can't necessarily say the reveal shocked me. I mean, actually, that's a lie. The reveal did shock me a bit, but it was a movie that, like, compared to the other ones with the reveals, which I really did not expect the reveals in the other movies, this one I kind of did. It wasn't as shocking, but this was still a good movie. Radio Silence did a good job. Cannot wait for Scream 6, and I'm really hoping that it's going to be even better than this one. You know, I still liked the new Scream, but you know, I did want something just a little more out of it. I mean, maybe it's just because Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson's absences are more notable than I realized, but still a good movie. Sorry, I just had to take a moment to talk about Scream just because I love it so much. Scream Test, one of the better Horror Pack exclusives that I've gotten. Searching, phenomenal movie. And his new movie that came out last year in Canada called Run is really great too. 7, Sex Drive. Fucking love this movie so much. Interesting fact about Sex Drive, though, is the first time I ever watched this, it was on Peachtree, and it was edited for TV. So it was so edited that when I got this Blu-ray that Christmas, I was just going to watch the unrated version, but there's literally like a 2-minute thing at the beginning from the director saying, if you have not seen the movie before for real, please go watch the theatrical version first and then come back and watch this one. And I'm like, you know, I did watch it edited for TV. Maybe I'll watch the theatrical version first. And I am so glad I did, because there are a lot of jokes that were edited or cut from TV. I'm not even kidding when the whole party scene at the beginning, which was like 8 minutes long, was completely cut from TV, and the 2 twin characters in the edited for TV version don't even show up until the very end of the movie. It's like, that was how edited it was, but still love this movie so much. Shakespeare in Love, The Shallows, The Shawshank Redemption, Shazam, The Shed, very good movie. The Shining, probably my most unpopular opinion. I'm with Stephen King on the fact that I think the miniseries is actually better, and I am not sorry. Shivers, Shorts, childhood right here. Watched that movie so many times. Showgirls, Shrek, my favorite animated film of all time. Silence of the Lambs, Silver Linings Playbook, and The Simpsons movie. Sin City, seriously one of the best movies ever made. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. The Sitter. 16 Candles. The Sixth Sense. The Skin I Live In. Sky Sharks and Bunny the Killer Thing. Sky Sharks might actually be the worst movie I've ever seen, honestly. But Bunny the Killer Thing is like a big guilty pleasure. Sleepy Hollow, the Tim Burton one. Slumdog Millionaire. Snakes on a Plane, really awesome movie. The Social Network. Solo. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Words cannot describe how much I love this movie. My second favorite animated film of all time. Spaceballs. 2 copies of Space Jam. I got the standard Blu-ray and then the Steelbook, which I love the look of that Steelbook. Space Jam: A New Legacy. Not as bad as everybody said it was. I did want more out of it, but it was serviceable, at least. And some parts actually took me back to being a kid again. Spare Parts. Speed Racer. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, and then Spider-Man Homecoming. Spiral. Can't wait for the next Saw movie. I've actually yet to see a Saw movie in theaters. That needs to change. Split. Spring Breakers, my third favorite film of all time. Spy. Spy Kids All the Time in the World. I really need to get the rest of those on Blu-ray because I love that series. Saint Agatha. Stand By Me. The original Star Wars trilogy. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Step Brothers. Suicide Squad. Really unpopular opinion, probably really high up there with my opinion of The Shining. I actually liked this more than the new Suicide Squad. The new one was actually very underwhelming for me. Super 8. Straight Outta Compton. Superbad. Superfly. Suspiria, the remake. Tag. Talladega Nights. Taxi Driver. Team America World Police. I still don't know why they didn't release the unrated cut on Blu-ray. Ted. Ted 2, which I actually think is better than the first. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Very good movie. The Terminator. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I got this 4K for literally $5 sealed from Walmart, if you can believe that. And no, I am not kidding. Terminator Dark Fate, which I actually really enjoyed. Easily the best Terminator sequel that's not Terminator 2. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, great fucking movie. That's My Boy, my second favorite Adam Sandler. The Thing. This Is 40, my favorite Judd Apatow film. This Is the End. Thor. Titan. The To-Do List, a quintessential summer movie, but I actually haven't watched this in a few years. I really need to rewatch that this summer. Tommy. Top Gun. And Toy Story. Trainspotting. All 5, this is kind of hard to organize, but I have all 5 of the Transformers movies. I don't have Bumblebee. I actually didn't think that one was that great. These I actually really do like, believe it or not. And then the Transporter 1 and 2. The first one's quite good, just the right amount of cheesy, really enjoyable. Transporter 2 is even better, I thought. Like, this is seriously one of the, like, up there with Crank as some of, like, my favorite action movies. Transporter 2 is, like, really, really damn good. I highly recommend you guys check these out. You know, I might actually give Transporter 3 a chance, but I will never fucking watch Terminator, like, I said Terminator. I will never watch Transporter Refueled or whatever it's called. Or the fact that they even decided to do a fourth one without Jason Statham is just sacrilegious. Um, all 7 Tremors movies. Fuck Tremors Shrieker Island. I'm still not over what they did at the end of that movie. Trick. Tropic Thunder, my second favorite film of all time. Truth or Dare. Tusk. Unbreakable, fucking great movie. And same with this one, Uncle Buck, one of the best comedies ever made. Just the writing in this just cracks me up every time. Unfriended, Unfriended Dark Web, Unsane, Us, The Usual Suspects, Vacation, Vampires Suck, Varsity Blues, great movie. A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas, VFW, Vicky Cristina Barcelona, The Vigil, The Visit, Waiting, basically Clerks but in a restaurant. This movie's awesome. Wakewood, the Steven Spielberg War of the Worlds, The Warriors, and The Waterboy, one of Adam Sandler's most underrated films. The Wedding Singer, Weird Science, We Need to Talk About Kevin, We're the Millers, Werewolf, Wet Hot American Summer, Whiplash, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Why Him, Wild Things. Honestly, one of my favorite films of all time. This movie is fucking nuts. Like, there are so many twists and turns in this thing, it's insane. And it's just like Scream in the sense that, like, this movie perfectly captures the 90s, I think. Just amazing 90s vibes in this one. And Arrow Video actually just announced an edition of this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it, but I might just because the new edition looks so cool. But yeah, really love that. Willy's Wonderland. I heard that, like, Nicolas Cage did all these, like, really, really weird, like these really, really cool stylistic movies, like, because he needed to, like, pay off his debt. You know, I hope that he continues to do these films, because honestly, he's kind of like the poster child for these kinds of movies. And, like, anytime I saw a new one, I got really excited, because these were really cool. I honestly hope he does more of them, because I just love them. They're super awesome to watch. Very fun. Very, like, actually well-made movies. It's almost like a new subgenre that hasn't really been identified yet. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The Witch. The Witch is the original, one of my favorite childhood films. And then The Witch's remake, which was actually really good. I thought Anne Hathaway was actually quite good as the Grand High Witch. And Witch's Brew, still the best horror pack exclusive I have got to date. 2 copies of The Wolf of Wall Street. I have the regular Blu-ray, and then I have the Steelbook. The Woman in Black. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman 1984 sucked. The Wrestler. And Wrong Turn 1 through 6. I absolutely love this franchise. Number 2 is my favorite one. And, you know, number 4 is actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. This, you know, other than having it be, like, very, you know, kind of silly, you know, in the ways that some of them are, this one was actually a very, like, well-directed horror movie. Like, some parts of this were actually pretty disturbing. And then 5 I thought was really good. And then something about 6, though. This Blu-ray is out of print as far as I know, because apparently when they released this Blu-ray, like, it ended up having to, like, get recalled by Fox, because there's actually, like, a scene where the characters are, like, at this bulletin board that has, like, a bunch of like, missing people posters on it. And the thing is, apparently these like missing people posters were of actual missing people, and the family of one of the people that was on there like got really mad, and I think like possibly sued the studio or something, and they ended up saying like they were saying like to recall all the physical copies of this. I ended up finding this on eBay though. And I think I don't know what ended up happening with like some of the other physical copies, but like it's very weird because, as I said, I'm pretty sure they like recalled all these, but during the part with the missing people posters that I was talking about, they blurred like the entire bulletin board on this Blu-ray. But yes, and the weird thing was this didn't even work in my PS5 when I bought it. Like, as I said, I found it on eBay. I mean, I assume it's legitimate, but I mean, it looks pretty legitimate. Actually, you know what? Let's check it out right now. Let's check the underside of the disc and make sure. Yep, looks pretty legitimate to me. Because if it has like a blue bottom, then it's usually like not legitimate. But yeah, I had to hook up my old Blu-ray player to watch this. But yeah, so if you find this, just know that this is very rare. And I do not have the new Wrong Turn yet, but I will get it hopefully soon, because I absolutely love the new Wrong Turn. It's my second favorite of the franchise. X-Men Trilogy, which has the first 3 in there. You Might Be the Killer. Yummy. Z. Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Zodiac. Zombieland. Zombieland Double Tap. And Zoolander. And that is the end of the Blu-rays, so now we are going to get into all of the DVDs that I own. Adventureland. Some of these are hard to get out for some reason. The Adventures of Pluto Nash. Don't judge me, it was cheap and wanted to see it, because I heard it was, like, really bad. Let's take that one out. Air Bud. This is actually a Kellogg's Frosted Flakes DVD. But my dad made me like my own case for it when I was really young. Apparently, according to my parents, I watched this movie way more than anything else I had ever seen. I don't remember watching it so many times vividly, but I do remember sometimes. Air Buddies. Alien from LA, which I still have not watched. The Amazing Bulk, one of my very favorite guilty pleasures. American Pie Beta House. I really need to get the rest of the spin-offs because I actually really enjoy these. Baby's Day Out. Bad News Bears, the remake. You know, it's pretty good. I don't know why everybody, like, craps on it all the time. Like, don't get me wrong, I do think the original's better, but I think this was a very serviceable remake. I thought it was very fun, had, like, a good direction, in terms of, like, the story and the characters, and Billy Bob Thornton was good. I think Richard Linklater was a good choice to direct that. Bean the Movie and Johnny English. Beavis and Butthead Do America. Beetlejuice. Big Daddy. Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Collection. I still have this on the shelf, even though I have the Blu-rays, just because I love the look of this set. Borat, one of my very favorite comedies. Love that movie so much. And honestly, I even think Borat 2 is better. I think they're both masterpieces, but I actually think Borat 2 is better. Bully, the Larry Clark movie. Really, really great movie. I really loved this a lot. And interestingly enough, the DVD on the back says it's the theatrical version, but it's actually the extended version that's on here. And then Bully, not the Larry Clark film, but the documentary from 2011, which is tied with Bowling for Columbine as my favorite documentary. This movie is really, 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 really good. Click. Clown House. Now, the thing is with this DVD, this specific DVD wasn't hard to find. I actually bought it on Amazon. It is the Australian DVD. As you can see, it says, like, the Australian rating, but it is region-free, as it says on the back there. But, yeah, and it wasn't even from a marketplace seller on Amazon. It was like, from Amazon themselves. But the thing is, with this DVD, is the original DVD release of this, like, all of them got recalled, like, immediately. It's actually undetermined, to my knowledge, if the original DVD release ever even got put out. Because, for those of you that don't know, the director of this movie did some pretty bad things behind the scenes. I won't get into it, but it's not that hard to find out what it is, like when you look it up on the internet. But yeah, so, and I think that was part of the reason why, like, the DVDs of this ended up getting recalled. It's, and that's the thing, like, because I remember the first time I remember hearing about this movie was Cool Duder talking about it, and he actually has the original DVD release of it, and he told the story that I just told you guys, and he said that it was like this store in Maryland that like put it out early. So he said, I'm actually not even sure if the movie ever got officially released. But yeah, this DVD, you know, I don't even really know the whole story behind it. As I said, it's the Australian one. It doesn't even say MGM on the side, although it might as well because it's the same kind of spine design they have. But yeah, you know, kind of an interesting thing to, you know, see, because as I said, I was pretty sure the DVD of that was long gone, but it's not. The Crow, Salvation, huge guilty pleasure. This movie's kind of bullshit, but it's hilarious. I haven't even seen the original Crow. Broken Lizard's Club Dread, which in my opinion is actually better than Super Troopers. I really loved Club Dread. It's like a horror comedy, but leaning in the horror side rather than the comedy. It's basically like Friday the 13th crossed with crossed with Fantasy Island. Daddy Daycare. Date Movie, the theatrical and unrated cuts. Dead Before Dawn. There's a lot of trashy movies in here. I'm not talking about Date Movie. I actually still do enjoy Jason Friedberg and Aaron Seltzer's movies. I'm talking about something like that. Dead Silence. Dennis the Menace. One of the most rewatchable films to me, honestly. Like, this movie's very easy to just sit back and watch again. Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo. And then there's like this terrible like 10 movie collection, the Devil's Harvest collection. I haven't even seen 9 of these. I literally watched that one and it was so awful that it made me not want to continue watching the rest of these because it was so bad. Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules. Next I have the bonus disc for Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Days. Dickie Roberts, former child star. Fucking love this movie. A Dirty Shame, the NC-17 cut, the only way this movie should be viewed. Disaster Movie. I know everyone calls this the worst movie ever made. I actually don't mind it. Dodgeball. Dogma. Dumb and Dumberer When Harry Met Lloyd. You know, I really enjoy that movie, honestly. It's very, very fun. And then a movie that, like, I feel like no one has ever heard of is this movie called Duplex. Doesn't have a Blu-ray release, I don't think. But it's with Ben Stiller and Drew Barrymore, directed by Danny DeVito. And it's a movie about them as, like, a couple. They end up finding, like, their dream house, but then there's, like, a really annoying tenant upstairs. And, like, who's just, like, always intruding on their lives and, like, being really inconvenient, so they kind of like hatch a plan to kill her. It's a very, very funny movie. Highly recommend it. The Education of Charlie Banks. The theatrical and unrated cuts of Epic Movie. These movies were very enjoyable during my middle school years, and you know, I still enjoy them, honestly. Fahrenheit 9/11. Family Guy's Stewie Griffin, The Untold Story. I mean, yeah, this is an extended version of like 3 episodes, but it's basically a movie. It basically is. Fast Food Nation. I could say so much about this. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. This video's getting to be super long anyway. I'll tell the story of this movie. So, the first time I had ever actually seen, well, at least part of this movie, was in 8th grade, and there was a substitute that was coming in to teach us after lunch because my regular teacher couldn't be there, and like my homeroom teacher was also the one who taught us health, which is what this teacher was subbing for. And he's like, yeah, we're going to be watching a movie called Fast Food Nation, and apparently it was like recommended by one of like the 7th grade teachers. So he like lent the DVD to the sub, and he put it in, and then we could very clearly tell this was not a movie that middle schoolers should watch because there is, so we hear them swear because we hear them say fuck and shit once, and then there's a scene where you hear two characters having sex in the next room over, and then you see a girl getting finger blasted in the back seat of a car, which made everybody just crack up. And needless to say, we did not finish the movie. But yeah, no, so very, 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 very enjoyable experience for the first time seeing this. And then I didn't end up watching the full thing until years later. It's not bad. The Founder. And then, geez, I'm really showing my taste here, but I don't care. I love these movies. The three Fred movies. I loved Fred as a kid. I loved these movies as a kid, and honestly, like, my love for these movies hasn't changed as I've gotten older. I still really enjoy them. They're very nostalgic for me. I know you will hear me say that a lot in this video, not that it matters now, because we're getting kind of close to the end. Fun Size, I was obsessed with this movie when I was 11. Ghostbusters 1 and 2. GOAT, I think not a lot of people know that David Gordon Green was actually a writer on that. Good Burger. Grandma's Boy. And The Grudge 1, 2, and 3. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. These were extras that my parents had once they got like the whole set that they just gave to me. The Haunting Hour, don't think about it. Such nostalgia attached to that movie. The Haunting in Connecticut. I shouldn't say all 5 Home Alone movies because there's a 6th one now, but the first 5, because I know 3, 4, and 5 have never been released on Blu-ray. The Hot Chicks, such a funny movie. How to Eat Fried Worms, childhood. How to Talk to Girls at Parties. Inappropriate Comedy. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. In the Valley of Elah. The Internship. Irreversible. I really wish this would get a Region A Blu-ray release. Jackass the Movie. Jackass number 2. Jackass 2.5. Jackass 3.5. And then Jingle All the Way, which this DVD can actually come out of here because I have the Blu-ray now. Kids. Madagascar. Martyrs. Mean Creek, a very, very overlooked movie that you don't hear anyone talk about. But I'm telling you guys, check out Mean Creek. This is a good fucking movie. Really, really good. Rory Culkin and Josh Peck are great in it. MILF, one of my biggest guilty pleasures of all time. I fucking love this movie. It's so funny. Miss March. Mostly Ghostly. Orange County. Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. Problem Child 1 and 2. I watched these movies so many goddamn times as a kid. You know, some really, really awesome nostalgic memories attached to those, for sure. Pi. Ratcatcher. Recess All Growed Down. Recess School's Out. Recess Taking the 5th Grade. Reno 911 Miami the Movie. The Ring. The Ringer has one of the best uses of the F word in a PG-13 movie. Rio. Risky Business. Rookie of the Year. The Rules of Attraction. The Sandlot 2. The Sandlot Heading Home. These movies are actually pretty good, I think. Scary Movie 2. Scary Movie 4. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed. Loved these movies as a kid. Still love them now. I honestly don't get the hate for them. Very funny. Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. Seriously, one of the best animated films ever made. This movie is so great. And just like, this is boundary pushing, honestly. Like, there's some images in this movie that are like very fucking scary, especially for kids. Sex and the Teenage Mind. And Shaun of the Dead. Shrek 2. The recut and extended version of Sin City, which even comes with the graphic novel that the movie's based on. Spooky Buddies. Stuart Little. Surf Party. This movie also is known as Endless Bummer, I think, in some countries, or maybe that was the original title. Superhero Movie. Super Troopers. Swearnet the Movie, the world record for the most F words in a movie. There's Something About Mary, one of the best 90s comedies. 13. The Three Stooges. Trailer Park Boys Don't Legalize It. Trailer Park Boys the movie and Trailer Park Boys Countdown to Liquor Day. Trash Humpers. Vivarium. Waking Life. This is a concert DVD, but Weird Al Yankovic's The Alpocalypse Tour Live. We Summon the Darkness. White Chicks, the best movie ever made. Actually, this I can take out because I have the Blu-ray. The Witches. And You Don't Mess with the Zohan. That's it. That is every Blu-ray and DVD I own. This video's long. I know. Don't ask me how they end up being this long, because I feel like I don't talk that much in my videos, yet they always end up being 5 times longer than I want them to be, but what can you do? Yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. To those of you that actually watched this through all the way to the end, thank you very, very much. Yeah, as I said, this is going to be the last one I'll do, definitely for a while. So I figured I would show my DVDs in there as well. So, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more content. Please leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it. And remember, you guys, whenever following your dreams, say no to drugs.